Okay, I call this the cost of becoming yourself. This morning, I don't want to just vent. I want to talk about something I think a lot of people experience but don't always have words for. Some people go through a season where it feels like everybody has an opinion about them. Every time they speak, somebody wants to interrupt. Every time they start healing, somebody wants to reopen the wound. You see, Jehovah said Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob knew him by God, but didn't know him by his name. Interesting. True. Thank you for that. To proceed. Whether it's online trolling, fake accounts, rumors, people threatening you, or just constant negativity, the psychological effect is real. The question isn't just, why are people doing this? The deeper question is, what does living under that kind of pressure do to the human mind? I've spent a large part of my life studying psychology, religion, philosophy, symbolism, history, and spirituality. Not because I wanted to sound intelligent, but because I needed answers. I wanted to understand why people destroy what they don't understand. I wanted to understand why some people seem uncomfortable when someone refuses to become who they're expected to be. One thing I've learned is this: people don't always attack your weaknesses. Sometimes they attack your independence. If your identity depends on the crowd, then the crowd controls your emotions. If your identity comes from something deeper, people lose that control. That's why self-mastery matters. Self-mastery isn't becoming perfect. It's becoming difficult to manipulate. Selah. People use the phrase chosen one in a lot of different ways. Some mean it spiritually, some mean it psychologically. Some simply mean a person who refuses to conform despite pressure. Whatever definition someone believes, there is one thing those ideas have in common. Growth usually costs something. You often lose approval before you gain clarity. One of the oldest thinkers I admire is Pythagoras. For anybody who wants to know, it's spelled Pythagoras. Pythagoras. Maybe it's pronounced a different way, but to proceed. Most people know him because of the triangle equation. But Pythagoras taught much more than mathematics. He believed number represented harmony, proportion, and order in the universe. So basically, he had a spiritual perception of numbers. His followers viewed mathematics almost like a spiritual language. This is all information you can research. This is not my personal opinion. It was a spiritual language, a way to understand patterns rather than random events. Whether someone agrees with that philosophy or not, I think the lesson still matters. Order begins inside. Before you can build a better life, you have to build a better structure of thought. The internet has changed something about human psychology. Years ago, someone had to say something to your face. Now a person can hide behind 10 anonymous accounts. They don't have to risk embarrassment while they try to embarrass others that are brave enough to show who they are. And they think they're better, stronger. They don't have to risk accountability. That anonymity can bring out behavior that many people would never display publicly. Fake, cowardly behavior. That doesn't excuse it. It explains why it happens. People ask me why I don't become somebody else. Why I don't soften my message. Why I don't imitate whoever's trending. Because I already spent enough years trying to survive. I'm not interested in performing anymore. Authenticity is expensive. But pretending costs even more. Selah. It's not a game. If someone is threatening your life repeatedly, harassing you, impersonating you, or coordinating campaigns to intimidate you, don't just argue online. Don't do that. Save screenshots, save usernames, save dates, document patterns, report credible threats to the platform. If the threats identify you personally or create a genuine fear for your safety, contact local law enforcement with this information. If someone is impersonating you or defaming you, you may also want to speak with an attorney about your options, because the available legal remedies depend on where you live and the facts of the situation. The strongest response isn't always the loudest one. They're watching you. You can't let them know what you're doing. Sometimes it's building a record while refusing to let somebody else write your story. Here's what I want people to leave with today. Well, from this, what I wrote. Your greatest project isn't convincing strangers. It's understanding yourself deeply enough that strangers no longer define you. I run it back. Your greatest project. Project meaning something that has to do with your purpose, what you're working on, what you want to work on. It isn't convincing strangers. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, you have to present yourself, you have to advertise yourself, you have to show that you are an authentic product, you are a movement, you are a franchise, whatever the case may be, you are a business. That means there's an element of convincing strangers, right? Your greatest project isn't convincing strangers. It's understanding yourself deeply enough that strangers no longer define you. Because anybody entering into this forum, this platform, this is the reason why a lot of people are afraid to do it. They're afraid to face public opinion, the court of public opinion. What people might say, what people might think, what people might want to believe. Some people get up early in the morning and see your face and it bothers them. And then after a while of understanding that you won't be affected through certain subterfuge means, they will come out and say, well, the only thing that we can do is just let ourselves be seen and try to harass this person. So anybody that's trying to do something great that has to do with dealing with other people, bringing business to other people, bringing a message to other people, doing something with other people, a certain percentage of those people are going to try to stop you from being able to do it just because of how they feel about themselves. Or because you didn't give them something they wanted. But this is the key to stopping the effects of strangers that want to stop you from being successful or seen or being known for who you are. It's understanding yourself deeply enough that strangers no longer define you. In the absence of you, anybody who knew you can write any story about you that they want. They do it behind closed doors. They do it away from people that will confront you. They do it, we live in a society where nobody's confronting anybody nowadays. So it's easy to create a story and make up a lie about somebody. No one's going to come and ask you. See? It's almost like people, because of the sensationalism connected to whatever is being said about you, people just want to believe it, especially if you're doing something that may generate some sort of envy or I wish I could do that type of thing, or who do they think they are that they can do that? I got this and they don't got this. So how all these things start happening in a person's mind who doesn't even know you. They just seen you somewhere and just decided the way you look determines who you are. I mean, people that don't even understand themselves are looking at the way you look and deciding who you are. Don't know your story, don't know your situation, don't know where you came from. If you don't look like what you've been through, people will treat you like you haven't been through nothing. If you wake up on the wrong side of the bed and you come out a certain way, or either if you could be a CEO millionaire, and if you decide to come outside, go get in your car and go to another city or somewhere and sit at the park and you're just in your robe. You're not dressed up, your hair's not done, your face is not shaved or something like that. People will really assume they know who you are. know your characteristics, what you will do, what type of really. Not one conversation about you. Some of them won't even research anything. So this is it. The court of convicting strangers, strangers that will hold you in contempt without even having a conversation about you and actually talk to other people about you as if they actually know you. Spreading information that will influence how other people see you that haven't even gotten a chance to meet you. Your greatest project isn't convincing strangers. It's understanding yourself deeply enough that strangers no longer define you. That's self-mastery. That's freedom. And whether 10 people show up or 10,000, that's the conversation I'm going to keep having. No shortcuts in this lane I'm in. I took them losses, I learned to win. Flow like